Hey, howdy, hey. Did you know Dolly Parton has a theme park back home in her Tennessee mountain home? How does it feel? You might be thinking, well, don't think twice. Forget the 9 to 5, Jolene, and I'll introduce you to a theme park with Jesus and gravity. If you've dreamed of a hillbilly heaven and islands in the stream, you'll find it in the heart of the Smokies. Of course, there's two sides to every story. As the great lady sang herself, love isn't free, so prepare your wallet for nickels and dimes. This Hillbilly Willy is Stu from Out and Back Travel. I make videos to help you plan those theme park travel adventures. Coming up in this episode, together you and I will share my Rocky Top tips from my own Smoky Mountain memories. From chatter amongst my fellow coaster enthusiasts, Dollywood seems to frequently come up at the top of people's bucket lists of the theme parks they want to visit. For me personally, ever since I saw the brilliant TV special Graham Norton Goes to Dollywood back in Christmas 2001, the little gay boy in me was excited to visit. If you've never seen that show, by the way, do search for it as it really showcases the park well, and of course Graham and Dolly are brilliant in it. Fortunately, that little gay boy didn't have to wait too long, and my first visit was back in 2006, and I've been a couple of times since then through the years, and honestly, I'm not in any rush to go back. Like any theme park, there's positives and negatives. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, especially if you've never visited the park before. Please don't be put off and do visit, as it's a great park. So with all this in mind, I've put together this video with some advice and tips to manage those expectations so you can get the best out of a trip to this amazing Tennessee theme park. First up then, I'd like to address quite a big elephant in the room, and that's a strong Christian presence. Dollywood is co-owned by Dolly herself and the Herschend Family Entertainment Group, who own and operate multiple attractions across North America, including Silver Dollar City. Herschend's company mission is to create memories worth repeating in a manner consistent with Christian values and ethics. Over the years, I've personally felt those values and ethics have been pushed more to the forefront in Dollywood, to the point where it's become a little jarring. Not that the park isn't welcoming to everybody, just be ready and prepare yourself for those values and ethics to be brought up at every opportunity, which might not be for everyone. Next up, prepare your bank manager because you're going to spend a lot. Another change that I've witnessed the park go through over the past couple of decades is how much more of a blatant cash grab it's become. It's an expensive park, the ticket prices are high, and the secondary spend inside the park is going to really hurt your wallet when you have to open it. It somehow doesn't feel as genuine as it did back in the old days. It feels a lot more manufactured and, well, fake. Of course, I'm a huge fan of Dolly Parton, and this is no reflection on the great lady herself. She famously does say it costs a lot to look this cheap, so definitely budget for a high spend if you're including Dollywood as a stop on your next road trip. The next thing you should be prepared for is that it's a real trek. Pigeon Forge is in the Smoky Mountains, and they aren't joking, this park's terrain is mountainous. Prepare yourself for lots of hill climbs, it can be really exhausting. I'd recommend at least 2 days to get around the park comfortably. You also need to be prepared for the crowds. It's pretty much always busy. Whichever season you pick, this is a popular tourist attraction, so expect crowded walkways and long lines for restaurants and rides. Which leads us to our next tip, which is you're probably going to have to spring for fast passes. Time Saver is a name that Dollywood gives to their paid for line skipping service. There's two options. The base Time Saver allows 8 credits, which you can use in any of the 14 available attractions and shows that have a Time Saver access line. Time Saver Unlimited allows multiple access all day to all the Time Saver compatible rides and shows. Having the Time Saver on at least one of your days at Dollywood will really take the pressure off experiencing everything the park has to offer and calm that cred anxiety. And speaking of roller coasters, prepare yourself to experience, well, the opposite to most other amusement parks in the world. The B&M here is boring, the Arrow Looper is smooth as silk, and the Eurofighter is probably the best ride in the park. Lightning Rod has some challenges when it comes to reliability. To the park's credit, they have worked over the years to dramatically improve this, but it still can be quite hit or miss whether it's open or not. Remember to set those expectations to avoid disappointment. However, you won't be disappointed with the brilliant Fire Chaser Express. This is a great family roller coaster that utilises the terrain well. Every theme park in the world would be 200% improved by adding a Fire Chaser Express. It's genuinely a great roller coaster. I love it to pieces. So that concludes my thoughts, feelings and tips on Dollywood. It really is an exceptional place and everyone needs to visit at least once. I'm hoping that by sharing the aspects of the park that I personally found challenging, I can help you to be prepared to overcome them and really make the most of your visit to this Tennessee theme park. Do you have any tips for getting the most out of a visit to Dollywood? Is Dollywood on your own bucket list? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, stay safe on the way out and back.